Okay, normally I ask you guys questions after I've already developed an opinion. This time I thought I would include you in the opinion making process. I just read an article where the state of Tennessee has passed a bill holding drunk drivers responsible for child support for children that are left behind after parents have been taken. Now this sounds like a good idea. It will dissuade people from drinking and driving, helps ease the burden of financial obligations for the victims. But is it fair? I start wondering because I start thinking about the slippery slope. Where do we draw the line? What if the person isn't drinking and driving? What if they were street racing? What if they were just recklessly driving? What if they weren't really recklessly driving, but they were speeding in a manner, like say maybe 15 miles over the speed limit or 10 miles over the speed limit? One could reasonably argue that they should be held responsible for child support for the rest of the children's lives. What if they were just simply distracted driving? What if they're doing 2 miles over the speed limit? There's a dangerous precedent set here. And I understand the nobility in what the law wants. But I have to ask, being that I'm a conservative and I try to be cautious and fair, where do we draw the line? You may say, well, the line has been drawn here. Well, now that that line is drawn, the person that's on the outside, just outside the range and scope of that law, they will push to have it expanded. And that could be frightening. Imagine this situation. A husband and wife are divorced. Husband is paying child support. You accidentally kill that husband while driving. You were speeding just over 5 miles over the speed limit, or you changed lanes improperly, you accidentally ran a stop sign, something, and you caused the death of the father. Then the mother, because she's no longer receiving financial help from that father, she decides to sue you. And now you are on the hook for paying child support that the father would pay until that child is 18 years old. And then they could probably argue that you need to pay for some of the college or all of the college. This is a dangerous thing when you start making non-custodial parents pay child support for a child. I think you should be able to sue them in a civil law or civil court for some damages. But to actually make this thing an issue of child support, I'm very leery on. The law says that the child support would be dependent on the child's quality of life, the income, and all the things that current child support is based on. And I'm not really keen, as I think this through, about establishing child support as a punitive measure for a non-custodial parent or non-parent of a child. One other thought to consider: debtor's prison is something that we've got rid of. But unfortunately, we're allowing the mentality of debtor's prisons to come back. It is currently accepted that in many jurisdictions and areas, if you don't pay your child support, that is contempt of court, and it is punishable by fines and or prison time. You could be jailed for not paying your child support. So, since we know that we've already dipped our toes into the murky world of debtors' prisons, will this new Tennessee bill exacerbate that situation and make it worse, and make it where debtors' prisons are more and more common? Going to prison, going to jail because you didn't pay child support, because you accidentally took the life of a parent, seems to me a hugely dangerous precedent. Let me know what you guys think. I really am interested.